Wanna hear the ocean roar, crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find. Find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, get moonshine, put me into overflow. Superstar.
Hello. And yes, Clip Wings, you are the big wiener. I laughed so hard when I saw that, when you asked if you're the big wiener. Oh, gosh. Hey, Randaroo. Great weekend. Getting there. Hey, Chloe, Pixie Dust, Nanny, Blue Willow. I know. So exciting. You're the big wiener. Yay. It is. Yes, it's a cold day. It's cold here today, too. I'm trying to think the best place I want to go over that screenshot that I have the screenshot that Prayer Garden found on Bill Shipley's Facebook. Trying to think where the easiest place to pull that up at. Maybe if he has so many Facebooks. I think it was dated November 5th. Okay, here we go. That's what I want to talk about. Reading these comments here. So he has a bunch of these sex bots all over his Facebook. I have questions about this right here. Hey, Boomerang. Nanny. I already said hi, Nanny. Cricket, Edmonds. Here, let's read this one first, though, because we'll get to that other one when maybe there's some more people in here. So Ziggy, why you spend all your money on bullshit news and truly help get as Summer's Killers? It's all about money and publicity for you. That's why. Well, you pissed me off with your bullshit, and I'm calling you out on it. So be effing ready. And Kelly, I am calling you out as well, my wife. So the world is going to know the damn truth once and for all. So I don't care how effing long it takes. That's a promise to give to each other from me. And when it's said and done, I'm shutting you both down. So shutting you both down. No show, no lies from either of your lying asses. Now stop the dumb shit. And as why is this Wild Bill so pissed at his wife? She effing cheating on me every way possible, but you don't say anything about it, do you? Well, you will, hun. Hmm. Hmm. You guys, Bill, you guys were around each other for like a couple months. Like, calm down. Y'all made a mistake. And it's just time to move on. You have to be able to spell lawsuit to file one. Oh my gosh. So no, PG brought something up on she seemed like, I honestly felt like Prayer Garden was accusing me of actually, like, I felt like, I don't know if you guys saw it, like I felt like she was like really accusing me of whatever this guy is saying right here. But I kind of have my suspicions on that he could be talking about somebody else. My name's not Andrea. It's Adrienne, but there is a creator that has a name similar to Andrea that's gone to Ben Hill a lot. And so I'm just curious if possibly, I thought it was probably bullshit. He was just bullshitting, lying here. But then I thought, man, could he be talking about Andra? It says, this is Ziggy, the talk show bitch, and my cheating wife, Kelly Shipley. I'm taking both of you for slandering my name all over the damn world and for defamation of character is what he meant. So Ziggy, or should I say Andrea, when you going to tell people how you traded dope, meth, pot, and whatever else you was doing that day? We all were at Ben Hill Road, or I will be glad to ask for an effing lie detector test so you know. And I don't think he meant put fat. And as my wife is concerned, I will not be giving her divorce, and that's that. So Kelly, I promise you, you said Ziggy admitted yourself, I am the Wild Bill Shipley from Beach Creek, Tennessee. So why are you effing with me? And I better not hear no more out of you all, because I don't have shit to worry about, okay? Okay. Okay, Bill. You're saying, so he's saying right here, and Andrea, when you going to tell people how you traded dope, meth, pot, and whatever else you was doing that day? We were all at Ben Hill Road. Well, Bill, that was not me. If this actually even happened, meth is definitely not my thing. Never has been. So, and I would not ever have meth on me or be trading meth or any type of drugs. So, if this happened, it was not me. My name's not Andrea. My name's Adrienne. And I don't know. I'm curious. I'm wondering if he could be talking about Bullhorn Betty. But at the same time, I know this dude's crazy, so it's probably just completely made up. Linda, I emailed you back. I got your email yesterday, Linda, and I just emailed you back like an hour ago. Yay! Thank you, Mysterious True Crime. Thank you so much. Do you guys remember the red truck that was wrecked at the bottom of Don and Kiddis's driveway the day before or the day of Summer's disappearance? Was that? See, I hear people saying that was like happened around the day of Summer's disappearance, the day of or day after or something. Or I don't think, Christy, that's. I think that's been misunderstood. I don't think it was the day of Summer's disappearance. I believe it was like 2 weeks time difference. Hopefully I'm going to be talking to Fred tonight about I hear he talked to Kathy yesterday, and I was sleeping when he tried to get a hold of me. But he's supposedly going to be out. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Luminous, for the Cash App. That was very nice. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. All right. The morning of, Don said he was awakened that day by police because a red truck was stuck in his drive as the day Summer vanished. Do you think it was We'll have to look into that more, because for some reason I thought we figured out it was actually a couple of weeks difference in time. We have had so much information and stuff come out. It was not even close to the day that Summer disappeared. A few weeks. Ziggy, you're right. It says, where's Summer? Huh. Well, that's definitely something we need to look into then, because many of us remember several different things about that. Probably have been told several different things about it, honestly. I mean, as much confusion and BS that lies that people purposely put out, it can get confusing. Don said it wrong and got it twisted. It was weeks after Summer went missing. That happened. I thought so too, but I don't know how he keeps getting so much wrong, you know? Is there a police report? I need to, here soon, I'm going to get the will to that or I'm going to try to, because I told somebody I would, and I try to, it's been, I said I would like freaking 2 months ago. So I need to get the will to that. Try to see if we can get Karen Goad's will, if she had one. Supposedly she had one, so I'm just curious about that, even though it's not really related to what we're talking about, really. Oh no, you didn't derail the chat at all, Christy. We need to know this stuff. I mean, especially if there was. I don't think it was a day Summer went missing, because if it was a day Summer went missing, then people would be like, "Oh, that's the red truck that they're looking for." So I don't believe it's the day of that the red truck thing happened. Maybe I really think it was sometime after or before. It was a couple weeks difference. I think it wasn't it? Didn't it have something to do with some lady that was like, I don't know. Who knows what the truth is? Hey, Libby. But if it was the same day, then wouldn't people be like, oh, that's the red truck that was seen? Yeah, a lady popped up in the truck or something. Yeah, I remember. I remember Dawn saying that, something like that. Hey, Tennessee Poppy. After hearing the lady speak on your channel, hearing Andy speak on another channel, my mind is all over the place now. You know, I still haven't listened to Andy on shares. I guess we could watch it a little bit, but I hear that he was on. Didn't he go on somebody else's panel today too? Somebody was messaging me about it, I think. I need to take notes because I have some questions that I want to ask Fred. So let me get a pen here. We're gonna get some questions going because I have some questions for him now since we talked to Kelly. So I'm getting my chewed up Post-it notepad to write down some questions. I want to ask him about the burning of money because that came up. I could have sworn I heard Fred told me said something about burning money when surrounding cotton, like he was burning money. And to hear Kelly's story about, her hearing Bill talk about somebody who they think unalived himself or something, but it was actually a family member. I mean, and she mentioned the cartel involved. I mean, gosh. Let's see. Ask Fred about money burning. We need to ask more about that church camp. More about the church camp. Hiding people. I want to know where he heard that about that church camp hiding people. Because I'm hearing it several places now, not just from him. So where is this coming from? Why is there rumors going around that there's a church camp that hides people who are on the run or whatever? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jody Spoo is going to blow a gasket. Oh gosh, is she going crazy still? Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about my theory? I had a couple people message me and bring it up to me, and I was already I had already thought of it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's true. Like, I kind of wondered. I mean, I don't want to get hurt though. Any rumors surrounding Blowhorn Betty or whatever. I'm just saying, like, my name's not Andrea, but her name's not Andrea either. Her name's Andra. Mine's Adrienne. So it makes me wonder if Bill here is just like making shit up, or if he is confusing me with somebody else. At first, I figured he was probably just making shit up. Yeah, right. Like, I would do anything stupid like that out there. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? You can't. No way. Something like that. Like, I would freaking sit out there and do drugs with people out in the holler. Like that. Like I would be that stupid. I mean, first of all, I don't even use those type of drugs. I just like THC, and that's it. I don't even drink. Did you see the male medium? He didn't know about age nor the video of Summer Dancing by the Barrel. He's putting out number 3 on 121, saying the barrel is in now, needs to be found by May of this year. Who's the male medium? Let me see. Who is this lady? I've never seen this. I've never seen this lady before. I'm not going to sit here and watch a bunch of it, guys. I just want to see what she gets.
Strategy or a deal being made. So here, this one is about either an exchange or a deal being made. And here we've got the network, the network card. So yes, it is somebody in their network, somebody in their circle or their network. There is some kind of exchange or deal being made. Or strategy here. There's some kind of strategy involved in this situation, but there's. Okay, this is also the card of me tapping in stronger to get more information as well. So I need you to strengthen this strength. So I need my read on her. I'm getting separation. That's the only kind of bad card that I'm getting. So it's like a separation, a toxic situation, or is she in a toxic situation now?
I don't know which Roberto. Oh, this guy right here? Oh.
Hello and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well today. In today's episode of Psychic Investigations, I'm going to be doing an update for Summer Wells, and I am recording this on the 16th of January 2024. So it's probably earlier videos, although I used it a little bit in the background. experience while doing the Summer Wells case in me about.
Melio is the online solution for all your payments. Simply choose
Is
the
it
bill you want to pay.
is it worth watching at all?
The big bold letters, and I'm not shouting, just so we can read it if you're on a mobile device or a smaller screen. The image I've been getting is of an oil drum. So I'm looking for,
I don't know.
I'm going to be looking for psychically for a drum, and I believe it's of a oil drum, those big oil drums. The red is the base color. There's also large amounts of black, so, and possibly paint. It could have been the base color is red, and they keep selling these drums around that they just paint. At one stage, it got painted over black, and there's like a patch of red visible as well. And this image has been pinging on me, I would say, 3 times over the course of the past month. Okay.
I don't know. So month June, day 14th / I don't know what that means. Yeah, this looks really confusing. Ryan has commented on his videos. It says something. Well, yeah, it says something defendant or DF, not definitely not kidnapping ring or organization of that nature. She was unalived. 18/9. Yeah, I don't know.
Show where I believe I stumbled upon a human trafficking ring. But you'd want to see numbers like 11/2, for example, 12/3.
Argument, anger. Well, I'll have to check that out later. Here, anybody who's wanting to check it out, I'll put the psychic medium Robert. I'll just put medium Roberto. I'll watch it later because I'm not sure. Let's see. Voices behind the wall. So, is it this one?
What's the
And thanks for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so it does look like this is correct. I have not seen this.
Monster. And he said that was actually to Andy. The man of the hour. Hey, buddy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, hold on, let me kick these earbuds in.
Yeah. So, can you hear all right? Everything good?
Friend.
Hold on, it's not connected.
Let him get situated. Hi, Lisa. You do remember that? Okay, good.
Somebody sent me a really nice
deleting.
PayPal. Thank you, Tennessee Poppy. She says, please forgive my past negative comments during your hardest time. I'm happy to see your growth on both channels. Get it, girl. Tennessee Papa. Tennessee Poppy. Thank you so much. And I see, Linda, you got my email. It's really nice. Thank you, Tennessee Poppy. If you believe in any, it would be Donna Serafina. I've heard also that something about that's right. I guess he was on Ernie's today or something, or he came in chat. He came in Ernie's chat. Ernie was talking about it. I guess, is Ernie back to talking about Summer Wells? Thank you, Southern Crime Justice. All right. I might fast forward through this to hear some questions.
But some of us still have it. I'll have it back in my files too, but that had to be like, over 2 years ago for sure now. Are you able to see the chat, Andy?
Hold on just 1 second.
No problem. And yes, Mud likes to say that Mr. Andy here will only talk with people if they pay him, but not 1 cent was exchanged between myself or Andy. And here he is. So already there's a lie right there. He'll be right back. His Cash App is in the description. And you know what other people do? I am going to do this just to specifically piss off somebody. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to run his Cash App. Let me edit that. Are you good? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm not a professional at this.
So that your ex has told people, and so have other asshole people, say that you don't talk to anybody for free, but I was letting them know that not even a single cent has exchanged between you or I, and that here you are talking. And you've been texting with me.
I've literally never paid anybody for an interview. Not 1 time. I don't have it like that. So I don't know why people say that stuff. I mean, you need way more views to be able to be in the position to pay somebody. Like, really. I mean, if it's an exclusive, like, first time interview that it's going to get tons of attention, like, I guess maybe it's worth it. But I have never, I would be concerned or kind of suspicious at somebody who it seemed like that they want to own, that was their main focus, was the money. You know what I mean? When it comes to little girl missing, you would think people would want to help in that. So, and the only person I've seen that's been like that, from what I heard, is Marlena Crawford. She wouldn't. I've heard that she will not talk unless you pay her. I know Justin spends thousands, but we don't. He's the leader, so he has it like that. But like, unless you're Justin's level, please.
Couple days as well. So
Everything's not about money.
No, it shouldn't be. Not especially when you're talking about a missing child, right? There we go. But I'm scrolling yours just because you and I both know we're pissing somebody off while we do this, and this is just an extra little, thorn in that side. So it's funny to me. So there I go.
It's one of them situations wherever I pop up, it's something. So
It is. It is. So I probably have like different kinds of questions. We were talking the other night in our chat. Can you see chat, by the way?
Okay, I got it pulled up where I can see it, I think.
Okay, cool. So what I want to get into is, well, one of the things. There was once upon a time where Jody Sue come out and told everybody that there was money offered to Don and Candace for their property and that they should have just taken that money and moved when they had a chance. What is that situation about? Were you in on that? Is this something Jody Sue just was trying to do? But and then, like, what is up with that situation and trying to buy the Wells' property?
I know that is
When
weird.
he went to,
It is kind of weird. HTC, that's me. HTC says, it's funny to me how Andy is everywhere now and Dawn is silent. It is weird. It's like a switcheroo. It's really strange. I mean, I know Andy couldn't talk. I understand why he was quiet for a while. He had that protective order that he had to be careful about, that Jody Sue had against him. So I don't know, though. He has come around a lot more lately. I don't know.
Utah that time. He had been gone for a little bit, and Candace said something about selling the property. And I said, well, how much are you wanting for it, or what's the deal?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, we're going to try to move to Utah, and we is going to try to sell it. She priced it to me, and I said, well, okay, let me see what I can do. And I don't remember the time frame of what between her saying something to me about it, talking to her on and off while he was still gone, and then coming back, and he came back, and then they didn't want to sell it. You know, it was one of those things. Well, he changed his mind. He's coming back here. We're going to stay here.
You know, that makes me wonder about that trip down from New York. Like, were they supposed to stay and, like, I wonder if it that, but why wouldn't they say that though? Why would it be like a secret? What I'm wondering is, could the house that they were supposed to have stayed at been 110 Ben Hill Road, and that fell through that whole trip that with Andrew and them? I don't know why that would be something you'd have to keep secret. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know. Right? A timeline. Ziggy, I am 5'2". That's how tall I am, says Dan. That's okay. What I remember is that it was 110 that they were renting or going to buy. I've always maintained that Gloversville 13 were headed to 110. Gloversville 13. Oh, okay. Hey, SJ. Did you get? Oh, yes. Hey, I did. I want hearts. Thank you. I'm glad. I was waiting to see you. So I did get this. So I want Heart to Touch sent me, and I have them right here. I'll have to. I haven't done it yet because I'm scared. I'm gonna do a lot of research on it. I'm scared to do it. Those needles are big. She sent me like, I guess you can microchip your animals yourself. And she sent me a couple for my pets. for the 2 pups, but the needles are big. I'm scared. I know, Weezer, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'll have to show you. I can't turn on the camera right now because I'm not really. When off is here. Okay. So Judy Sue's post said, oh, very good. Here, this is, thank you for sending this, Car. K-A-R. I guess Karen is probably. Hey, Colby. All right, so let me pull up my mail real quick, email, and show something that Karen just sent. Did I miss a super chat, or is that one from earlier? Oh, thank you, Renee. Renee Marie. Okay. The mail. So this is really good to solve the mystery. Download. Save. All right, here we go. We're going to get back to that in 1 second. So somebody just sent this to me, this was on Jody Sue's Facebook. Here's the red truck incident. It's dated August 3rd, 2021. However, I guess it could have been posted after, but here is this red truck. Let me see. They sent me another picture too. Here's the other one. Thanks for sending this. So this looks like maybe Don in his white truck here. I guess. I mean, why would it's on Jody Sue's Facebook though? So I don't know why she would have Don's picture on her Facebook. Interesting. Do I know about hair care? No. Not really. Justin does though.
I was like, okay, fine. It ain't no thing,
Mm-hmm. So is that what made him come rushing like a bat out of hell back to Tennessee then? He thought Candace was going to try selling the place from under him or something?
No, it didn't seem nothing like that to me.
Okay.
It was just, I don't know. It's just like plans had changed. That's it.
Okay. And then there after that, it was never brought up again, or
Oh my
No, nobody
God.
ever.
So I guess on Daisy's, Candace was just asked recently if she knew who Bill Shipley was, and Candace says she claims to not know him, and either does Dawn. Okay. So we're not going to find anything to the contrary, then, right, Candace? Or can you just not keep track of all the people you have up there on that property? Huh? I mean, we won't find anything to the contrary about you and Billy Shipley ever being buddies. Is he on any of her Facebooks or his Facebooks? I haven't even looked into that. Millie Vanilli. Go figure, they never know anyone. Dawn saying he was awake that morning by please knocking on his door. Susie Sue, he probably did. Just like he tried to change his story about Don tried to change his story about Chase, 423 Chase, Brad with Sean. Remember, he put out there and told everybody he got in this fight with Brad, and they got in some kind of fist fight. He made up this whole story. Now somebody recently asked Don about that, and he was like, huh? He couldn't remember because he was just lying and bullshitting. Who messes around with their child's case? That's doesn't even make sense. Hey, Marie. I love spying with my little eyes. If you live in a small community or town, everyone knows everyone else. Yep. Andy wouldn't say anything bad about Dawn. Well, Dawn doesn't say anything bad about Andy either, really. Actually, Fred doesn't talk bad about him either, really. He just states that he saw him on the road that day.
Said anything about it. I wasn't pissed about it. I mean, that's their land. They could sell it if they wanted to, or if they didn't want to. That's their ordeal. I was just going to buy it if I could get the money. Shit like that, I was going to get it. That way, it was there. I could just fold it into what my mom and uncle and shit like that I want.
Mm-hmm. And so this is something that Candace originally brought up to you.
Yeah, because he was done down
in Utah, right? He told me he had gone down to Utah with his oldest son there, even had him enrolled in school to be there. He was planning on being there and working for some time, I guess.
Do you guys think? But I just don't know why Andrew wouldn't say that that's the reason they went down there. But do you think that maybe Candace was pissed at Dawn and tried to get some quick money and was going to sell the place or rent it out for a period of time? Maybe not something legit, but maybe Candace was like, well, if he's going to do that, take off to Utah or whatever, I'll party it up. I'll rent out the place for a while and I'll go, I don't know, whatever. Hey, Shirley.
I really don't remember how long he was gone. Who knows?
Yeah. And hey, Running Bear. Hey, Justin. Hey, everyone. I see ya. And I'll be looking for questions. Again, you can ask questions without being an asshole. So mods know the job. So I don't want anyone in my inbox. Blah, blah, da, da, da. Just don't
Does
be an
anybody
asshole.
ask
It's a
him?
very simple.
Does anybody ask him if he's ever heard of somebody named Playboy or that goes by Playboy? I doubt if he has that he would admit it, but
rule, you know. How long did you date Becca? Who's Becca? Oh, is that who you're married to, right?
Yeah, it's my wife. How long did I
Your wife.
date her?
Yeah.
Before what?
I don't know. I guess maybe they're wondering, was there overlap between her and Jody
There
Sue?
was no overlap between Jody Sue and Becca. No
Okay.
overlap whatsoever. There was no discussion. Even there was no discussion before me leaving to Becca about, you know, hooking up, doing anything in a bathroom. None of that shit. None of it.
Yeah.
Andrew Hilt says he knows a guy goes by Playboy. Are you serious?
I see Mike's comment there.
Yeah.
The whole "I'm done" comment, the text message, I have no clue about that, sir. I really do not. If I was messaging them to do a draw, it wouldn't have been "I'm done."
Right.
It would have been "I'm on my way" or "Are you home?" or something like that.
Right. So when they bring up Andy or something, that's always weird to me because the way Hunter brings it up. Now, well, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with who Hunter is?
Yeah, I know who Hunter is. I met him a couple times at Candace's, and then I don't know who the relation is.
Yeah, I don't understand if you met Hunter a couple times at Candace's. I thought you guys weren't friends. Like, how do you just randomly meet Hunter a couple times at Candace's? Like, just unless you're over at Dawn and Candace's all the time. Like, you can't see who's at Dawn and Candace's from Jody, where Andy and Jody Sue were living at 125. Like, so I just don't understand. They claim not to be really friends, but it sounds like they kind of hung out a lot. Said that was her, Andy, but it had nothing to do with Summer. Tracy said that was her, Andy, but it had nothing to do with Summer. The text didn't say "I'm done." It said "it's done." But he never went to the wells, only to drop off, but never gets out of the car. Good observation. They probably smoke out a lot together. Well, no, Dawn doesn't smoke weed. I don't think weed is Dawn's thing. I mean, Candace, yes. There was also rumors, and I'm sorry, there is rumors in the holler about Andy and Candace too. But it could be it's probably completely bullshit. Everybody's in everybody's business out there. But so yeah, who knows?
I knew that was his mom. I'd heard that Andrew was his dad. Now this is after the fact. This is when Summer went missing. That was when I found out that Andrew was Hunter's dad. I didn't really know about Andrew until after the fact and pieces, parts,
what? A neighbor who put sea rock in his joints said it calmed him down. What? Are you talking about crack rock? In his... What do you mean in his... I wonder why it would be a secret that they were going to stay at 110 if that's really what was going to go down. Because that would make more sense. Like, oh, Candace changed her mind. You know what I mean? And then that's why maybe, I don't know.
Putting the shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Come to light no matter how
Hunters,
old.
whoever the older lady is that drives in the family, they used to come to the place I was employed at, the tire store. They do free flat repairs. So everybody in Kingsport comes to get free flat repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So, I mean, even if you don't buy your tires there, he looks at it as it's advertisement for the business.
Right.
So, you know, if they had a flat, they would come have a flat fixed. They got their tires there. I mean, I don't know if they came there before I worked there. I just know after I seen them at Candace's, they would come in the tire store.
So Hunter, the older lady in Hunter's family, you mean? So I'm wondering, that sounds like Grand Bun, who we call Grand Bun. So Hunter's great grandma.
Bigger, like in the videos with Chris McDonough, she's the bigger, screechier lady.
Here, let me pull it up quick.
Well, he's probably talking about Sherry.
All right, hold on. Let me pop out the
Grand Bun's
comments.
not really that big. I mean, she's...
The interview room. Okay, hold on.
Is one of them's named Sherry? Who's Sherry?
Was it Sherry? Oh, okay.
Is Sherry the bigger lady who's got the long hair?
Not to be mean, but they're kind of all bigger and they
Well,
kind of
I
all.
mean,
No,
have their hair,
according...
but-
I mean, compared to you, Sherry, yes. Well, compared to most. But Grand Bun's not really that much. I mean, she's not really that big. Gosh, I want to get free tire repair. I know how many tires they need repaired. I know, right? I believe half of what Andy is saying, he's definitely covering for his own indiscretions. Can you please read John Q's comment above? Can you please I see. Hello, everyone. Do we know anything else about the peppermint candy that Summer got from Grandis that day between Candace taking Summer to the house and her going gone? Do we know anything else about the peppermint candy that Summer got from Grandis that day? I do. No. Not unless anybody else in the chat knows anything, has heard anything differently about that and that supposed candy. Yeah, it is a good point. Somebody messaged me and said it makes total sense that they would have been staying at 110. And they said, look how Candace changed her mind about the puppy. Yeah. We had arranged to get this puppy, and she's the one that contacted me about it, saying, you know, oh, I've been thinking every girl should have a puppy. And so, you know, Candace contacted me and decided that she was going to give us one of the puppies. Well, so we all arranged I was going to go to the church the next morning, and then from church I was going to go by their house after to pick up the puppy. Well, we get to church that day, and Candace decides that she changed her mind because Tim Mullins says it's not a good idea. That I guess Tim thinks that the dogs are in much better hands up there on the hill. So, and she just said she had and my daughter started bawling, and she had it did not bug her at all. It was so sad. I felt so bad for my daughter. But thankfully I convinced Caitlin to stick it through and I said, don't worry, we will get you a puppy. I will get you a puppy. So, because I felt so bad.
I understand. I'm not trying to be mean or
Born to Disobey, welcome to the Zigsters.
No,
body
I
shaming,
know.
none of that,
Me
but
neither. Here, let me pull this up here.
I don't know them well enough to know their names. That's why I'm kind of here.
Right. Here, let me just
Paycheck's like 12.
skip here. Let me.
Now, see, I know from her coming up there that is Allie, and I'd seen Allie before.
Okay.
Now, the
And
one
so
in the
the
back
one
back there
beside
with the
her?
bun on and the glasses.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one.
Okay.
The other one. Like when
Okay.
I was standing out next to the road in the interview or something. That
Okay.
lady.
Okay, yeah, she's not on this one. Okay, so it would be Hunter's grandma then that you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, and bringing up, yes, I saw the comment about the commercials during a live stream. We have that option, and I don't do it a lot, but we figured there'd be a certain person probably live streaming this live as we're trying to have an adult conversation. So I thought, why not aggressively throw on the commercials so that she has to go through them too, just to annoy her. So I apologize.
And talk to anybody. So, I mean, and I only seen him at Candace and Dawn's, I don't know, maybe once, twice.
Right.
I did not hang out over there.
You didn't really hang out over there?
No, I mean, I kept to myself. I didn't do nothing. I didn't go nowhere.
And how do you randomly see? I just don't understand how you would. I don't know.
I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
Wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
If I was out, I was up to something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They said any way that someone could have come on that land and kidnapped Summer without the dogs barking. I don't believe she was kidnapped, but
Okay, now repeat that one more time. I was reading a comment there.
okay. They're asking, mother and daughters here is asking, do you think that someone could get on that land without the dogs barking and kidnap Summer?
The dogs raised hell at me, so I don't see a stranger getting up there. I mean, they barked at me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, that's interesting. But if they knew you quite well, would they still put up a little fuss, or like did they stop giving you hell after some time, or?
nah, pretty much. I went up there. I stayed in the vehicle, and I came back off. That's it. I really didn't get out because some of them acted like they'd bite you, and I just didn't.
We're gonna mess with it.
Wasn't gonna mess with it. Yeah, like you say.
Nobody wants to get bit by a dog.
No. It's not like that.
No.
Hi, Aaron. Hi, everyone coming in.
I'd seen a comment there.
Yeah.
Running Bear, Gallagher. When did I find out Summer was
Running Bear.
missing?
Yep.
when I got home. I still say it was like 6:28ish to 6:38ish.
Okay.
I mean, it was one of those deals. It was one of those evenings I had to get home because she wanted to go somewhere, but I had worked over for just a few minutes. It was going to take a little bit longer. So, I mean, we was a little bit like not air or nothing. We never stayed open long there.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, a few minutes here, a few minutes there. We did end up staying open sometimes, finishing up stuff, running behind 15, something like that minutes late. But I still, you know, around 6:30 is when I got home.
Not fast through some of this.
I remember showing up somewhere around the same time Donnie showed up, but the law also showed up somewhere around about the same time as I pulled in. So
you didn't find out until you pulled into your driveway that Summer was missing. Like Don got the call and it took him an hour. So you weren't alerted by Jody Sue at all beforehand?
no, I had heard nothing about none of this
Does.
until I got home. And I mean, I can't look back on the phone and say, yes, this transpired, or yeah, I sent that message, because I don't have that phone. That
Right.
phone was being tracked when I left, and I got rid of it. And then
I'm
you know,
looking for his
she had access to all the accounts, you know, my Messenger account. I had lost a phone in DC, I thought, where my phone disappeared somewhere thereabouts, or I lost it or something.
Candace never explained between the time Summer got candy from Grandis and the time she got gone. This is where I have a problem with her statement. Yeah, because it probably didn't happen. Merlina says, I find it very strange that Jody Sue didn't mention anything to Andy before he got home. Yeah. That is weird. On one of Jody Sue's old videos, she does say Andy came home early that day. Oh, really? And how many times generally in the span of the life of 4 tires do you need to have them repaired, right? I don't see Grin as buying Tic Tacs, they freshen your breath. If she was given anything to take by mouth, the candy part could have been an excuse. Oh, we thought she got a piece of candy, not a pill. I know people do get rid of phones a lot in this case. Yeah, no problem, John Q. But the candy thing, I've never taken serious. Like, I've never thought it was anything. It's just part of the script. It's just part of the script for some odd reason. I don't exploit innocence. I saw you putting some things in somebody's chat. Like now you're saying that you heard this and you heard that about Fred and this scrapyard. That's the same thing I saw you writing somewhere else, except you were saying that Fred has said 2 different things, that one of them said, oh, he made it, and that the other one said he did it. Yes, they made it to the scrap yard. I don't know why you are going around saying that that Laura said they didn't make it, and then Fred said that's not true. What was said is that they were running late, that they closed, and he was had to get there before they closed. That's all it was. From what I remember. I don't ever remember any of them say they didn't make it to the scrapyard. Keeps close house on her man. I can see her not texting Andy saying, heads up, cops are everywhere. A child is missing. I know, born to dismay. That seems weird. No, Birdie, that's not what happened. They didn't go to an alternate. I don't know. I don't know. They went to a scrapyard. I don't know. It's not that they went there and went to a different one, if that's what you meant. Maybe they made it to the scrapyard. That's all I know. No, exploited innocence. I saw in a chat recently. Somebody sent me a screenshot where you were saying that Fred, that you didn't know that you were basically calling Fred a liar because you were saying that Fred said he made it to the scrapyard, but Laura said that they didn't. So, and then you were like, so which one is it? And I don't remember anybody ever saying that they didn't make it to the scrapyard, or that he's saying that anyways. I mean, I know my memory is pretty bad, but I don't remember any type of Didn't he run into? Yes, there was something about a motorcycle, him running into a guy on a motorcycle. Yeah. And he said that name too. I don't know. I forget the name. I don't know when you say I attacked you, Exploited. And when did I attack you? Where did I attack you at? I don't mean to attack you. I'm just saying that that's not what happened. I can't even tell you exactly where this, who knows who sent me the screenshot and where I saw it. It was recently though. This happened like within the last few days. It was really recent. You're allowed to have your feelings about in any way you want to feel. I'm just saying that I just was wondering where you heard Laura say that they didn't make it.
Okay. It popped back up. So, in my opinion, stuff was weird. I've been tracked before and asked about why I was certain places that I honestly wasn't. Some places I was. So.
Oh, you think Jody Sue was stalking him? Yes, Selena, I believe that too. I believe she still stalks Andy.
I do too.
Yeah. So something was mentioned at the end of the live, and while I'm thinking of it, because you know how people are.
Well, I didn't mean
you mentioned having a dream.
I didn't mean it as an attack. I know my voice can sound like I'm being. I wish I had the screenshot handy, and I wish I did have it. I can remember where to access it at, but it was, you know where I think it was? I think it was under a, let me think here. Was it a site, some kind of psychic mediums chat? Or no, I don't think that was it. I'll remember Exploited Innocence, and I'll
Reem.
remember.
Now, one big thing Jody Sue says that you can't be around y'all's daughter because she's deathly afraid of you because you came home in a huff and puff. And
Oh,
you
speaking
threatened-
of can't be around a child. Here's another little tidbit of information that I was given by Kelly. Yes, it was right after the interview. I sent her a screenshot of what I had seen on Justin's live about, oh yeah, and I talked to that mother too, Justin. She's responded back, but I'll be trying to talk to her some more. But anyways, I asked her that I had asked the mother about the one that sang Billy Shipley is his name, and I want you all to meet a meth-headed, nasty talking MFer that talks to little girls like they are grown women, and he better pray to God that I never run into him. Billy Shipley, or you are a dirty, nasty, sick-minded son of a bee, and there's a special place in hell for MFers like you. You better hope to God I don't run across you. And so I asked her about that. I asked her what happened there, and I said the reason I'm asking is because I'm looking into the guy to see if he's capable of doing something to a child because of Summer Wells missing. I said, and she said he's just started talking nasty on Facebook with my daughter, and I put a stop to it. And I said, how old was your daughter at the time? And she said 14 and 15. That's all I've got so far. I'm gonna ask a few more questions. But why I'm bringing that up, and this isn't about Andy. Maybe I should take Andy off the screen so people don't get it confused. This is about Bill Shipley, what I'm talking about right this second. I sent that screenshot to Kelly too, and she said, now I know why we weren't allowed to babysit his grandchildren. That's what she said. She goes, now I know why we weren't allowed to babysit the grandchild or grandchildren. So supposedly Bill wasn't allowed to be around one of his grandchildren or something. I want little children, but most children money. If you owe money, they take what.
her that you saw Summers, trigger warning people, but you saw Summers' unalived body, and Jody Sue says you use that to scare your child with. Can you tell us a little bit more? I know you did mention that it was a dream you had, but can you kind of tell us your side of this situation?
I never said I seen her body. I said I had a dream that I seen her body. Yes.
Okay. And do you want to get into that dream at all?
I mean, that's 2.5 years ago. That me saying anything about that would be of any help or anything like that. But
yeah, I can understand that.
It was like a few days after Summer went missing, there was a funeral in the cemetery across the street, and I woke up to funeral music, and I'm pretty sure it correlated with all that. So,
Mm. And so, how did that come about of you saying it? Because she says you were saying it to like threaten your daughter. How did that even, like, how did that come up in conversation to Jody Sue and your daughter?
I'm pretty. It wasn't really. I don't think it was a conversation between me and my daughter. I think my daughter heard a conversation between me and Jody Sue talking about said thing. Maybe me and Jody Sue was arguing at some point in time. I don't honestly remember at that point in time between me done being ready to leave the house, leave everybody behind. Just days ago, just as long as I eat, or what I wore, what I drove, where I was. I mean, I understand where I just don't remember it. To me, I mean, I cannot today tell you what I ate 2 days ago. Just walk away from everybody because I couldn't handle it no more. Shit was a blur. I mean, I cannot today tell you what I ate 2 days ago. Or I think my daughter heard a conversation between me and Jody Sue.
I'm trying to get his answer.
Me and Jody Sue was arguing at some point in time. I don't honestly remember at that point in time between me done being ready to leave the house, leave everybody behind, just walk away from everybody because I couldn't handle it no more. Shit was a blur. I mean, I cannot today tell you what I ate 2 days ago or what I wore 2 days ago. My mind does not work that way. If it's not pertinent to my everyday survival, my mind just don't remember it. To me, it's like one of those things, I can't explain it, and I don't know how to explain it to anybody else's mind that don't work that way. Why does it matter what I eat 2 days ago, just as long as I eat, or what I wore, what I drove, where I was? I mean, I understand where I was important that day.
You don't expect to go through something like this and have to give everybody your downright details, right? I mean,
no, you don't get off work on a typical Tuesday evening and go home and find out your next door neighbor's 5-year-old is gone.
That's the whole point, Andy. Yeah, that's the whole point. It doesn't happen, and it did happen. It did happen. It happened to you, and that's the whole point of why it should be. It's different than any other day. Why you should remember these things. But I get it because my memory is really, really bad. But with something like that, like,
what happened to her? When nobody out of all these years, me being raised down there when I was little, the older I got, I moved out of there. And then when my mama got old and sick, I moved back in there after she passed away, and the house had sat empty and people was going in. And so I moved in the house. So I hadn't lived down there my whole life. When I was young, up until I was 15, yes, maybe. You know, I didn't really have nothing to do but a few people down there I talked to, which was usually my family, one of which is dead. So, I mean, I really don't. I would have never thought. I mean, my kids, when they was younger, would go off to the mailbox. You know, I would have never thought somebody would snatch a kid in Beach Creek. I really,
right.
most people that live around here are scared to go down that way because of past stigma and just, it's not a bad place. Any
And you
rural
saying
community.
that, and you saying that, Andy, and someone else said in chat, and it's a good question, and I will ask that question that I just unhighlighted. But in you saying that, like you never expected that, which I would guess, yeah, you wouldn't. But then, and we'll get into a little bit more of you and Jody Sue and you leaving in a few minutes here. But you obviously felt okay enough to leave your daughter with Jody Sue, but to like still there right near where Summer went missing, if I'm not mistaken, or was she kicked off the property right then too? I'm not sure, but did you have any fear at all of having your daughter left behind there with no answers on where Summer is?
Well, I mean, yeah, I did worry. See, that falls into the, being able to. It was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do, is walk away from that situation. But that situation was not good for anybody involved. My children, her, me. I mean, it was not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
can I ask, since we're on this topic, things as it sounds like for you and Jody Sue was it was a long time coming for the end of this relationship then, right?
okay, now let me ask, how did you phrase that? It was a long time coming?
Like you guys already had problems long before Summer went missing, and like were you
me leaving this time was not the first time I had left.
okay? So that's what I mean. Like there was ongoing relationship
it
issues.
was on. Yeah, it was ongoing. I was always up to something that goes out and does things usually without my significant other. Plays mountain or a park or do something like that. Car shit.
I'm trying to get to
So.
Sorry about the dogs barking, guys.
Okay, I mean, I understand that question was going to come up. I mean, I don't know. I ran every scenario that I can think of. The kidnapping, the abduction, the accident cover up, the drug debt type situation. I just don't. It still baffles me, to be honest. I have, like I said, like one of those situations. I don't know really. If I start talking about this, I might end up breaking down on you, but it's just part of it anymore. I don't know. I've talked to Donnie since this happened. I don't want to say it, and I don't want to side sides, and I'm not taking sides because I don't know. Right. I have no clue.
But you have a feeling.
But if you look at him, he's a broke dude. I don't know that he knows.
Yeah.
But I also can't say that he don't at this point.
Would you say the same about Candace?
I've not really talked to her since. I've not seen her maybe a couple times since.
Since Summer's disappearance, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, since Summer's disappearance. So
Got her in her little safety. Why is she still on YouTube? Of course, you never get an answer. My question was deleted. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested. I was hoping that people said he brings up or he talks about Fred.
every day.
But
And then, so I just had to go. And after Summer went missing, it was, she hears a noise in the woods at night. And I had to get up and go to work. Yeah, I took a few days off there after just to make everybody feel safe and stay at home. So, but yeah, at one point in time, it was just too much. I couldn't take it no more. I didn't want to come home. I didn't want to go home. Didn't want to have to go home. So, yeah, I had to go. I'm sorry I chose the wrong time. That was the worst time I could have chose to finally just say, hell with it. I got to go. But I had nothing to do with none of this. Yes, I sold Don Wells some weed. That's it. I smoke weed. Yeah, I'll do psychedelics. I hardly ever drink. I social drink. I go out and I have dinner and I have a margarita, or I have maybe a couple margaritas, or I'll sit at home New Year's and I have some wine or some, well, not wine, shit, champagne
I know,
or some
RJ.
liquor.
I know. I feel like he is nervous, but I hate to be like that. He doesn't seem like a confident man, and when he's talking. It's just night and day when I, listening to him and then listening to Fred. Can't answer a question ever, right, Vet Girl? Yeah, he says he does psychedelics sometimes, which probably means like shrooms. He was much more confident in his answer before this. He sold on more than weed. Yeah, I don't care about the weed thing, obviously. Like, I'm never going to get on him about having weed plants or anything like that. Like, I can't blame him. Seriously. If I was out there and had that land too, I would probably have weed plants too. Seriously. Like, for real. Well, if I didn't have kids in the house and it was, I might take the chance even if it wasn't legal. Like if I had all that property. But still, like, I don't know how he grew. I don't know how the weather would be able to. I've never tried to grow anything like that. I didn't have anything to do with this, and then on to weed and alcohol. I know, like, I don't know. He just seems nervous. I don't know if he got himself into in the middle of some BS or somehow involved. I wonder. I just wonder if they know something. I don't know. It's so hard for me to move past the fact that Fred says he saw him on the road that day, and that law enforcement saw him knows that he was on the road. It's just so hard. Like, Fred is so confident in it, and so is Laura, and I mean, Andy seems like an all right guy and stuff. It's just, you never know. If he, I mean, according to Jisoo, he's a monster, but she also says she hates me. This is a person that absolutely is very dramatic, extremely dramatic. And overly paranoid. So, yeah, we have to take her words with a grain of salt when it comes to her opinions on Andy. She's going to be very upset with him. But it's weird because she does, like, in a way, defend him. It just matters. It's like whatever's convenient, whatever works out the best for her. So I'm not really wanting to go through this, and because
around 1:10 today, sun disappeared.
Oh, we lost you.
The only thing I know of was Jackie being at the bottom of the driveway. Now, the problem I have is that tree's on my property, not his property. He wasn't on his property at the point in time. Mine. And he was arguing with me that his went a certain direction, and there's a second little driveway that was there when my mom was little that goes up through the woods and zigzags, and that's the property line from his to ours.
Okay.
We didn't tell him he had to go. We didn't tell him nothing. The police didn't tell him he had to. Well, they told him it would probably be better that he left and talk to the people that he bought the property off of and find out exactly what property was his.
Right.
Because I went in on the 14th, I went in to holler to my uncle's house and made the phone call to my mom and the police to have them come out, have her come down to deal with it, because it's not in my name. It's in my mom and my uncle's name.
Mm-hmm.
So they dealt with that. Nobody told her to find property lines. We knew where the property lines was. My uncle walked them with me, told me where they was about at. She had somebody come out that was a surveyor. Second, what I had done pulled out and marked off. I might not be right, I might be wrong. But I'm saying it's nothing to do with her being gone or Jackie buying the property and us catching him. Now, I don't know about that dude. That dude was weird from the rip. Didn't want to listen to reason. But, I mean, normally my uncle, when he came from work that day or came in, I don't know where he was at, he seen dude, didn't see dude's vehicle. But when I came off, dude's vehicle was there. He told him he was on the wrong property to move over about 6 feet, carry on. I mean,
You see, Little Dev says, was Jackie scammed on the property?
he said Fred couldn't have saw him.
I mean,
Scammed.
the company, as I see it, yes, the real estate company that sold that property, yeah. I mean, what was it? Was it 2.2, 2.1.8 or something? I offered them like 10 grand for it just to turn it into the property, and I didn't have to deal with nobody. And they sold it for $13,000 or $17,000, and it was, you can't have a septic system on it because it would run off to the water.
But you guys don't even have do you even have a septic system up there on 125 though? That didn't stop you guys from living at 125. I mean, right? They don't have they don't have a septic system up there. She pees and poops in buckets. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I think they had running water, though. It is weird. It is really weird, their issue with Jackie Dobbs. I don't know. But I understand if it was just, I think at this point, if it was just the weed plant thing, like his weed, wanting to be able to grow his like weed plants and not wanting somebody there that they're kind of weird about new people. Everybody out there has lived there forever, you know, generations. Everybody's family. And so when some guy comes in from Georgia, you know, I'm sure they really are about there's a couple families out there that want to own that whole holler. I feel bad when people talk about where them and the kids had to use the bathroom. Don't think Jackie was involved, but I do wonder about the possibility of Summer disappearing on the 14th instead of the 15th. I think Andy sold Jody Sue's pain meds for cancer and any other meds prescribed with or without her permission. You know what for? This guy's parent protests much at a certain question. I sold a mountain lot in Georgia. Maybe I should have sold it to Jackie Dobbs. You do wonder about her disappearing on the 14th instead of the 15th. Yeah. Isn't that something? Who else was saying that? Was that what Fred was saying too? Who was saying that it wasn't Fred. Who was it that says they wonder if they think that she disappeared on the 14th or something happened on the 14th? Well, I don't talk about the kid. I just say Jody Sue. I don't talk about the kids and their, having to use the bath. No, I said Jody Sue. But I mean, I guess obviously that would mean the kids too. But I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, why is he worried about a septic system? About the dude having a septic system when I don't even think they had one up on 125, did they? I don't understand all that stuff, really. Like, I don't know anything about septic systems and what that, except maybe it's for your sewage, right? But if they have, I think they have running water though, but that's separate, right? Because here I have to pay a sewage bill and a water bill. But if I don't pay the sewage bill, they shut off my water too. Wasn't the day before, the 14th, that Dawn was distraught? Yep. Dobbs has zero to do with Dawn and Candace, correct? Yeah. I don't think that he knew of Candace and Dawn. You always thought the 15th was not the day she disappeared. Septic and fresh water are completely different. Wasn't the cops there on the 14th because of Dobbs? Jody Andy was up there on the 14th. The night Summer was in the shower at dawn and needed a dry towel. See, that is so strange. But they, all these instances we know about them being up there. I mean, I guess maybe they bought weed a lot. Maybe that's just it. maybe he was up there weekly selling them weed or something. I don't know, but for not being friends or not being really associates is kind of weird. They have a lot of instances. They saw a lot for people that weren't friends. Like you have to be up on that property to see anything going on Dawn and Candace's. So that means that you would have to be up there hanging out, or he says he didn't ever get out of his car. I don't know. I've heard too that his son would hang out would swim with the kids up there in their little kiddie pool. I think they were a little closer than he wants to freaking admit. Thank you, Yaya. Didn't they take off together for Knoxville trips? That's another thing I was hoping to hear on here is like Knoxville. I heard Knoxville does come up. Somebody said, but I don't think I'm really going to go through much more of it because just like I thought, I just don't find it interesting, really. I don't think I don't know. The Dobbs situation, you have to know the culture of Appalachia. Ziggy is right. Land owned by many generations. They are very clannish and don't want outsiders. Yeah. Yep. Blue Solo Cup wants a link. No, Blue Solo, but it's good to see you. Welcome back. You're talking about yourself in a third person again. What is it you want to talk about, Blue Solo? Every time you do this, it ends up being stupid. You end up making a fool of yourself and just being silly. Which, if it was a silly night, it would be fine. Yes, Blue Solo Cup is resurfacing, guys. That is 100 about outsiders. My hometown is like that big time. Yeah, and when you also look at who owns all the land back there in Beach Creek and, Ben Hill area, it's all people who have lived there for generations. They own it all back there. These people are very family oriented. Like, they stick together. People keep secrets better. Yeah, it's just they're very loyal to each other out there. There are no positive developments. Push search for something. Then maybe it is time to release true evidence to the public and see if that. I know, right? I agree. I know you don't mean harm. It's okay, Blue Solo. Maybe tomorrow or later on tonight if I'm live again. He can be funny sometimes. Yeah, I wish they would release something small, like anything. I don't know. Like, can they clear some people? Or, well, I don't know. If they cleared some people, I don't even know if I would believe it. that's how little faith I have in the justice system there. Well, have a good day. Always late. I've lived here in this house for 40 years and I'm still an outsider. Really, Linda? Yeah. To their own, not to others. Yes, there is an unwritten code in law enforcement because law enforcement is they're locals. They're also lived there. Their family's been there for generations. You know, like these are their family members. And family means more out there than other places that are more, I guess, developed, because in more developed lands, it's just family's less and less important. People are more and more independent where they have access to more technology and stuff like that. But out there, they have to rely on each other. And you don't realize that until you're out there, just how, like, you understand when you go out there, when you can't use your phone and even to get service, like you have to travel, like it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you get any service away from Ben Hill Road. Now, I know some people say AT&T works. Well, that's the whole reason why I got AT&T for the short time I did, and it didn't freaking work. That's what I had last time when I went up there. So I was like, oh, cool. I could maybe do a live out on Ben Hill for once. But no. AT&T don't work up there. Yeah, well, that's what Candace and Dawn and all of them claim is the only one that will. I don't know why they haven't put up a tower since all this, Reading a message somebody was sending me saying I'll have to check that out, saying they were scammed over property and harassed the same similar way. Keep your rear away if you want to live. What? I thought Hawkins County got money to upgrade. I know, I thought so too. Well, Grace, I was going there once every 6 months, and I have now broke that, because the last time I was there was January of 2023. Yeah, I was trying to make sure. Yep. And I haven't been back, and I don't know if I will be, because it's just gets more and more dangerous, really. I know. I think he is writing his term out. That's exactly what I think he's doing. He's just waiting till that moment he can retire, where he's done worked long enough to get his retirement that he should freaking lose because of what he pulled, the stunt he pulled with his son. He broke his oath. You're supposed to do you're supposed to uphold the law, you take an oath. He absolutely did not. And that's another example of what we're talking about as far as how like people are about family down there. Like that's how they are. It's ingrained deep in Beach Creek. It's ingrained deep this whole outsiders stay out, even and they all like kind of stick together. They have their own little like government, I guess, where they deal with stuff themselves. It's not working out very well though, because sexual assault and weird sexual deviant behavior seems to be a problem in that area. So trying to figure out who Blissula was when he first came out, and that's a fact. She was trying to figure out who he was. He was still involved in church youth groups after law enforcement knew. Are you freaking serious? Has to do with all the drugs in the area. His son flew with a pilot, media, film maker, basement dweller, didn't he? His son flew with a pilot. Can you send a picture of what? Yvonne, I think if you heard something, what you're hearing as far as about the scrapyard being closed, I think you guys are hearing that they had to hurry, they had to get there before it closed. I think people are misunderstanding, but I'll talk to Laura and ask her about that. Thinks someone sent folks to his house. Well, YouTube Ziggy at Outlook.com is my email. Aw, in Indiana. Blue Soul is saying Jody Sue sent someone to their house today. Well, hurry into Blue Solo because I'm going to get off here in a second. I have to pee and have to get dinner ready. So if you're wanting to show something like that, can you do it here like soon? Like now? YouTube Ziggy at Outlook.com. He always says stuff like that, guys. I want to take it seriously. He likes to play games. So unless he sends it to my freaking email here pronto, I'm going to just assume it's another game. Whose house? I guess Blue Solo. No. He's the little boy that cried wolf. I know. Who has a question? Yeah. Blue Solo does this every time. Here's the email. YouTubeZiggy@outlook.com. There you go, Blue Solo. Hunter was asked if he knew Playboy. He answered, no, I don't run with Vice Lords. Where did he say that? Have you ever heard of somebody, Andy, have you ever heard of somebody that goes by Playboy? That is strange, though, that Hunter says that he knows about the Vice Lords and the fact that they use Playboy as one of their. The Playboy bunny is a Vice Lord saying. So that's crazy to me that a 17-year-old boy knows that. And weird. Unless he's watched stuff here on YouTube and maybe he's seen it over here or something about Playboy. Maybe at some point over the years. Then Andrew said, I know him. I know Playboy. So you think maybe you did meet somebody named Playboy? He's supposedly a black guy. Did you ever go to Knoxville with Dawn? Ever? Like, did you and Dawn ever go to Knoxville together? Andrew claimed to be Playboy. He wishes. It's probably someone that's called Playboy in every town. I have never heard somebody goes by Playboy, but that's not true. That's not true. Back in the day when I was younger, guys would call each other Playboy, but this guy supposedly that's his. I'm talking about in Knoxville. Okay, I'll check that out. Exploit innocence. JD Sue, title Bits and Bits. Fred receives at the 47-minute till 1 point. Okay. You never hung out in Knoxville? Didn't you go to Knoxville right after Summer went missing? Or soon after for work or something? Davis Hernandez owns the exterior. I wonder if that's Playboy. Cedarville. What's that guy's name that was supposedly like that worked with Sean Williams? He had a last name like Hernandez or something like that. He looked like he was half black, half like Mexican or something, maybe. I don't think you're an idiot, Blue Solo. I thought you were going to email me a picture. If you were to email me a picture of what you're talking about, I would know you were more serious, and I'd be like, okay, come up here and talk about this. But you still haven't sent this picture. And I know you can use an email. Wouldn't he be under 30 with that name? Hey, Karma's Queen. I bet that guy Sean Williams wanted to be called Playboy. He surely act like he was Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion as little condo that women jumped out the window from, right? Blue Solo, the Budweiser King. Go ahead and use the bathroom. We'll wait. I know I have to figure out something for dinner, though, too. Surely we have Justin or PG would probably be later. But real quick, though, where's that screenshot? Oh, here, no. Go to Facebook. Did everybody see earlier that screenshot that I shared from Bill Shipley's Facebook that I guess Prayer Garden talked about on her channel about how he was accusing me of partying or trading drugs on Ben Hill Road, and sounds like hanging out on Ben Hill Road and partying it up is what he was accusing me of. He was calling me Andrea and saying, which my name's Adrian, but Bullhorn Betty, her name's Andra. So I just wonder if there is possibly some kind of truth to, I don't know. Or is he just he could be probably making it up. It definitely was not me trading freaking meth and whatever other drugs he says. Meth, weed. Green Eyes, are you who I think? Yep, that's probably him. Here, I'll show this post again. Did you know Bill Shipley? Did you know this guy, Andy? Is he a scary dude? This is to Ziggy, the talk show bitch. And my cheating wife, Kelly Shipley. I'm taking both of you for slandering my name all over the damn world and for defamation of characters. So, Ziggy, or should I say Andrea, when you going to tell people how you traded dope, meth, pot, and whatever else you was doing that day, we were all up at Ben Hill Road, or I will be glad to ask for a fucking lie detector test. So you know. And as my wife is concerned, I will not be giving her a divorce, and that's that. So, Kelly, I promise, as you said, Ziggy, you admitted yourself, I am the Wild Bill Shipley from Beach Creek, Tennessee. So why are you effing with me? I better not hear no more out of you all, because I don't have shit to worry about. Curious if you see them around. You email me a screenshot Vice Lord signed. Yeah, Playboy is actually a symbol that Vice Lords use, which makes this all even more scary. You know, we're talking about organized crime now, and Candace said today she or Don know that Bill Shipley, her answer was not convincing. Oh, that she said she didn't know him? Yeah, that's what I heard. That Candace says she doesn't know Bill Shipley. Okay, Candace, you absolutely know this dude. And Dawn definitely does. So stop, please. If Andy has seen him around, you have to. I know for a fact, because you definitely have seen Bill Shipley. You know him. And to the person that emailed me asking if they're blocked, I don't know why you would be blocked, but I will. Can you send me your YouTube page link? If you guys ever email me asking to be unblocked or whatever, it would help big time if for some reason you guys do, if you get blocked, if you send me your YouTube link. Everybody has a YouTube page link, even if you don't do YouTube. You just go to your little profile and just copy that link and give it to me. She probably was knocking boots with them. I haven't heard rumors of that, but is this case just ridiculously crazy or what? Is this Christina Keffer, right? What's your opinion? Paid deflection or just everyone involved feeling the heat and deflecting? In my opinion, Dawn and Candace have been. I think that there's a lot of people surrounding Summer or knows that what happened to Summer Wells. Maybe not directly and like they weren't directly involved, but I think they maybe know of some inappropriate things happening on the hill over there at 110. Possibly some things with children, and there could have been a lot of sexual predators that were visiting that and partaking in some inappropriate, illegal activities. And people, I think there's several who had been involved and knows what was going on up there and probably have an idea that possibly it's involved. The same thing that they were involved in is involved in what happened to Summer Wells, and they don't want to speak up because they're a predator themselves, and probably benefiting from whatever trafficking ring or whatever this is. Do you know if Jody Sue got blue? We don't have to know the name or anything. I'm not asking her medical record or anything. Just this. Do you know if Jody Sue got prescribed a blue pill? I'm not talking about Viagra. Was she prescribed a blue pill for her cancer? You were in jail for 45 days with Tony Hammonds in about 1992. Oh my gosh. You are so full up, Blue Solo. Email me your experience and we'll talk off of here, and then maybe we'll go live and do something like I did with Kelly. I know Camp Wife is... What'd you get in trouble for, Blue Solo? Let me guess, it's alcohol related. There's a lot of blue pills. No. I'm just wondering if he saw her prescribed a blue pill. I don't want to say exactly what it is. I just, I think somebody you would know, like if you saw your wife or girlfriend being prescribed blue pills, I mean. I have a reason why I'm asking if she was. Not Xanax. I just want to know, was she prescribed a blue pill that she called her cancer pills? They weren't blue. So he doesn't think that they were blue. Candace is crying. Summer Wells, $80,000 came onto, or $80,000 in the Mexican. I know I know exactly which drug I think. I was thinking of a pain pill that's blue, 30 milligrams. That's what I was talking about, but he says that she didn't have any blue pills, so. Okay, Andy. Not Viagra, it's a pain pill, guys. It's the same actually that I was watching White Boy, and he was talking about how he used to be addicted to them. I have talked about it before. It's like one of the more popular street drugs, like, or prescription street drugs, or not street. They're because they don't have any type of, they can still be smashed up and people shoot them up and stuff. They're like one of the only pain pills you can do that with now, because they put like this gel stuff in pain pills, in the stronger pain pills. So like if water hits it, it gels up, so you can't, people find ways around it, but definitely not hydrocodone. That's got a lot of Tylenol in it. I'm talking about, it's oxycodone or Roxaset. Yeah, the Roxys. Has anyone heard anything about Ellie's funeral arrangements? They're still really high in this area, like 75. I know, those blue Roxys. Well, gosh, back in my day, when back when I was using, which would have been in my 20s, they could go for not that much, maybe $30 each. But I could see like people, what was it that Fred was telling me was $200? Oh, he said in jail, he said at jail right now that a Suboxone is going for $200. One Suboxone. In order to get one, you'd have to have somebody send $200 to the person's commissary. My cousin died shooting the gel patch from the clinic. He apparently had melted it down. Oh no. Was it fentanyl patch, Teresa? Go for 50? Yeah, I can imagine that they go 50. They'd go for 50 now. I find it hard to believe that Allie is gone since nobody has any kind of proof of her passing. It would be the biggest hoax this community has seen if we find out that Allie has not passed. That would be insane. Oh, the good old days when pills were cheap. Oh, they were never cheap, really. Yvonne, well, one of those pills, one of them is enough, like, especially for somebody, like, if you haven't been taking any type of, if you don't have any tolerance and you took one of those, you would be, like, nodding like you're on heroin. But for somebody, so that's why they'll pay something like that, because these people are addicted to it. And it's one of the only pain pills that you can, that doesn't have, what do they call it? Like a blocker or or doesn't have a bunch of Tylenol in it, or drugs are bad. Okay, kids? Yeah. Look, they'll make you pay. I mean, people, that's what the extremes people go to when you're addicted. So often did Jody Sue drink? Like, did she start drinking more after Summer went missing, you think, Andy? Or was she really not one that drank? I never knew she was much of a drinker, but I'm hearing that she is. A lot of people think that she's drinks a lot now. She never really did. Yeah, I always assumed that she was just on some kind of pills or something. I didn't get that her behavior was from alcohol. I don't feel like it. I feel like, I mean, if you're drinking like that, alcohol, they pass out, right? That doesn't make you stay awake. I mean, I guess for some alcohol, it does if you keep drinking, I guess. You have to keep drinking. Oh, I'm sorry, April. That's horrible. That's like my biggest fear is my daughter getting She was drinking on several lives. You saw the alcohol, actual alcohol. AB thinks it's scissor. She never really slept. How? I don't understand how she can't. That's crazy. That sounds like somebody who's manic. Did she would she binge, like where she would stay awake for long periods of time and then sleep for long periods of time or something? That's a sign of personality disorder, isn't it? I'm not trying to diagnose any. I need to just shut up. She says she slept next to worse than you, like murderers. Wow, Karma. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how Andy dealt with this. Maybe though it's gotten worse. Maybe we're seeing the worst of Jody Sue or something. Maybe she's not really wasn't really like this until after Summer went missing or something, and after her relationship fell apart. Maybe she's just like nosediving. I don't know. Well, I was going to ask about if the daughter's living there, but I know it's not. I'm just concerned about if the daughter's living there. And the only reason why I'm concerned about the daughter living with Jody Sue is just because she sits there and chain smokes in a small enclosure. And that's horrible if her daughter has to freaking sit there and freaking breathe a nicotine. The person that came to my house today, okay, Blue Solo. Was it the police? Be concerned about your own daughter, Ziggy, with all the danger. No, really, Billy. I've never seen you before, ever. Funny that you come in here under a fake name. What are you scared of? I've never heard anyone in the background when she is live. I don't think her daughter is around during that. Yeah, I'm guessing that daughter is staying with a grandparent or something. Not that I care or it's any of our business. I just can. Oh, Billy's her Jody Sue's #1 fan. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Elf. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. Billy, don't you think you should mind your own I heard you were talking a bunch of shit about me and a couple other creators today. Why don't you mind your own business? How are you going to come into my live and tell me to take or mind my own business when I hear that you've been talking shit about me and others all day today? Just curious. Okay, not all day. So check again. So you were talking. So you have been. So why are you gonna follow? If I annoy you that bad, why are you in here? So weird. I don't watch Jody Sue. Like she reviews us. I hardly ever play Jody Sue over here because you can't understand what she's saying, and it's always bullshit, anyways. She's an ex-mod of Smileys. Yeah, I'm still waiting on an email from Blue Solo. That's how I know he's bullshitting me. If he was serious, he would have just sent me an email. Okay, hold on. Let me Okay, if Down Under Crime Talks is listening, I unblocked you. She sent me an email just so the mod to know. All right. So I'm curious, was Jody Sue worse after? I mean, has she just been spiraling? Is that what is going on because of everything that happened at once? I can see that. I mean, I could see that causing a breakdown. She did go through a lot at once. I have to say that. Traces on the internet 12 hours where her poor daughter is who is feeding her. What is it that he said? I'm going back and looking. Aw, thank you, Karma. Looking for Andy. I found out when I pulled on Ben Hill Road. Oh, about Summer going missing. One last question. So Jody didn't call you and tell you Summer was missing before you got home? That seems suspicious on her part. If so, that is weird, but yeah, when you pulled up, what did you think was going on, Andy? Like, was it when you pulled up, was there a lot of police presence? No one ever stayed there that you know of. Oh, are you talking about the bottom shed place? Did Dawn rent out that shed off Beach Creek, and when was last people? Yeah. Do you know who Andy Paul is? Who is Andy Paul? Who is Andy Paul? We've been trying to figure out this mystery forever. Jody Sue, tell him that Summer was missing before he pulled up. Could explain why she is, in my opinion, self-medicating, maybe guilty knowledge. Yeah, see, and that's also could be something too that would explain her behavior. Because I can't imagine anybody putting up with, I don't know how you lived with her, Andy. I know you worked during the day, so maybe that was a big part of it. You could be gone but I kind of want to believe that maybe she's just worse now because she feels guilty, maybe, or she also dealing with your guys' separation, all that just happened at once. I don't know. So what makes me wonder, could she have has she picked up drinking recently? I know, right, Honey Elder? Yeah, Randaroo. She sent me her link, so it made it easier. Because if people email me and just say, oh, I think I'm blocked or whatever, sometimes I don't have tons and tons blocked, but gosh, YouTube does not make it easy. They don't have a search option for your block list. Like, I don't understand. And I also don't understand why YouTube hasn't implemented a reply option where you can just click on somebody's name and click reply. Why do we have to type, out the whole name? And if you're on the phone, you're like, you have to, it's lame. It seems like it would be super easy for the richest company, one of the most wealthy companies in the world, Google, couldn't figure out how to put a reply option on YouTube. Because isn't YouTube owned by Google? Yeah, it is. Sorry, it is. I know, because I'm paid through Google. That's right. You can ask the person that's blocked to send you a link. Go to their. Oh yeah, that's why I ask people to send their links. Like if they email me. Let me see. Oh, Loaf will fire up live in a little bit, and Ziggy will be the topic again. I know. Scrolling back. So you think you were there before the cops got there? Yeah, probably at first. It probably wasn't many. It doesn't sound. I don't think the police presence, like large police presence, happened till later on, right? She said she never thought they were innocent. She literally said that they did not do something to their kids, or that they did not do something to Summer. And she was acting like people were ridiculous for even thinking so. So it was very odd. That's why I wonder, is she on, right? That's a good one. Is she on Xanax? I mean, is that why she forgets so much? I mean, or is it alcohol, or is it just, I don't know what? There's Moonshine Girl. Well, I will have, if Andy wants to come up in the future, he's definitely can. I have to go here in a second, guys. Can you tell me if you're seeing my comments, because I haven't been able to see them? Yeah, we see you, Jenna Stevens. Teresa was pushing the Jackie Dobbs theory in her Facebook videos, not Dawn and Candace. Yeah, she was. She really was pushing Jackie Dobbs like crazy. Please do an interview with Andy if he's willing. Tell him about the red-haired girl you told me about, Andy. Oh. That's the rumor that's been going around for a while, about one of Allie's or somebody's daughter. When I checked for a link, I found I have 2 accounts. I should only have 1. Huh. Yeah, thanks for answering questions, Andy. Find happiness. I can imagine being. I know, Brand. I do. I seriously do feel bad for Jody Sue at times, and I know she thinks I mean, she hates me. She says, but she's called me a cunt, stupid bitch. Blah blah blah. I don't feel that way about her. I just think I do feel bad for her. I feel like she did go through a lot at once, but I can't help but wonder on some things. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not picking on her or anything. Is Justin going live? Is it your turn? Is it your time slot, Justin? Because I'm about to get off here. So who's wanting? Let me see. Let me search Justin, see if he has something set up. I don't see anything set up right now, but I'm sure I'm sure Justin will allow you to be there, Andy. You just might be in the chat with Jody Sue. She sometimes shows up there, I think. Oh, thank you, Elf. Thank you for always looking. Well, thank you so much. Wow, thank you. And thank you so much for all those memberships you got earlier. All right, guys. Justin might be on here in a little bit, he says. So, and if he goes live, I think Andy's going to be in the chat possibly, or might even go on. Who knows? You never know. It might be a surprise panel guest. Who knows? So, anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later.